Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it's Mike here at GameFromScratch, and the C programming language has been with us for a very long time. Very important in the world of game development. C was first invented back in 1972 at Bell Labs. And the funny thing is that same Bell Labs created its successor, or sequel, which would be C++, originally known as C with classes, a version of C++ that compiled down to C code that used native C tools. And the thing is, C has continued to be incredibly popular, even in a world of C++. It is still updated to this day. The most recent standard was released in 2024. That is the C23 standard. And one of the things about C versus C++ is simplicity. The standard or the spec for these languages, we're talking about 1/3 to 1/4 of the size of the C++ standard. And the funny thing is, C has remained very popular to this day. If you look at the TYOBE index, now a lot of people will call this complete and utter BS, but it is one data point. I'm going to point it out here, and they show through a combination of web searches, search engines, websites, and so on, that C is currently the second most popular language, and actually technically got more popular on their index. And this index has been running since the early aughts. So this is one of those things has been measuring the popularity of languages for a very long time. Now the TYOBE index is very much an outlier when it comes to C, but if you look at other ones, GitHub is a summary of GitHub repositories and the programming language they were written in. So what you're going to see, obviously, especially with the rise of AI, and now with a lot of code being generated by AI, Python is definitely up there. Java is amazingly popular still, especially in the world of enterprise development, but you will see C is still here, and almost 5% of projects on GitHub are created using the C programming language. C++ is showing almost double that, but the interesting thing is a lot of C++ projects are actually going to be C and a bit, because C++ started out as a superset of the C language, so it's hard to distinguish the one from the other. And then another one, and this is from a dying website, I hate to admit it, but Stack Overflow does a developer survey every year. And here you can see, once again, C is coming in here just a little bit below C++. So the popularity of C never really waned. And the thing is, C++ had its appeal because there were certain things about C that were a little annoying to work with. But you're going to see here, in the world of game development, C and C++ are behind a ton of game engines and a ton of frameworks. Now what you're going to find is a lot of these are actually, such as Panda. This was written in C. On top of that, a lot of these 2D things, SFML, that one's C++, SDL, Raylib, Allegro, Orcs, those are all C libraries, not C++. Now, there's great interop between the two programming languages, so you can see there is definitely, again, an overlap between them, but a lot of these things are written natively to C in the world of game development. So C is still a very relevant language, but again, there are those pain points when working with C, and that is where Zen C comes in today. Now, Zen C is kind of the idea of a better C. This kind of goes back to the C++ with classes. The way that C++ started out is this actually compiles down to C code, human readable C code, in fact. So this is still straight up C. It's language written on top of it to try and rough over some of the annoying edges of working with the C programming language. Sort of like TypeScript is there as a superset of JavaScript that compiles down to JavaScript to get rid of some of the pain points of JavaScript. So if you look at C++, what does C++ solve that C does poorly? And you can almost see a who's who list of those things right here. So by the way, it compiles down to C11 using GNU C. Another thing you're going to want to know about this is the tool chain is very, very poor on Windows. You might be able to get this using MingW. It will not work with Visual C++. Just something to know. This is more a Mac and Linux type project. Something to be aware of as it stands right now. And it is also very early on in the development, although they have a decent number of contributors, and it is quite mature at this point in time. So what is the functionality Zen C provides? It provides a rich feature set including type inference, pattern matching, generics, traits, async and await, manual memory management with RAII capabilities, all while maintaining C 100% C binary compatibility. This is really impressive because, quite frankly, if you look at it, like what is really annoying to work with when it comes to C, this is kind of the C++ greatest hits. These things like generics, type inference, memory management, it handles all of those things. And on top of that, it takes some of the pain points you might deal with and gets them out of there. So here you can see type inference. So you can use the equivalent of C++'s auto. They have it in the form of var. If you like this, it is a very nice thing. Here you can see how the types map between the two. A bit of a simplified type system on the whole. Again, C also has some really weird, crufty data types because 8-bit, 16-bit, 32-bit, and then endianness and all that stuff were way weirder back in those days earlier on. And then you got things like aggregate types. You've got structs, including with bit fields, improved enums and unions. The other nice thing here is they've also got lambdas in here, or closures. They've also got pattern matching for an alternative to switches. So a lot of what you use in modern languages, in like C++ or C#, you're actually seeing it here, but added to C. It also makes working with strings so much easier. String manipulation was always a pain in the butt when it came to the world of C. So you can see the changes that they've made here they're just kind of comfort levels compared to what you may be used to working with in other languages. You got a couple of syntactic sugar things here also built in to the language, makes it a little bit cleaner to work with. You've got some new string printing stuff here that, just again makes it a little bit cleaner in how you work with it. String management is also easier. Dynamic arrays are available here as well. They do have a memory management system in that will automatically here you can see, for example, defer, so that executes the code when the current scope ends. They also, again, have auto types, so this will automatically free the variable when the scope exits. So that's kind of your RAII approach to memory management. So it's just solving a lot of the problems, but it's staying true to C. Now, interestingly enough, you're also going to find that it also has the ability to call C++ code natively. So we're going to see an example of that coming up. Again, we also have generics, which is very useful for a number of different algorithms as well. Concurrency, so if you're working on threading stuff, so you've got a sync and a wait functionality in there. You do have some meta programming. I don't generally enjoy meta programming personally, but functionality is there in the form of comp time. So this is a compile time code that will be evaluated, so this will only run at compile time. And then we also, again, like I said, we should be getting there soon, but we got the ability to actually call straight out to assembly language and C++ language. Let me try and find that. By the way, you can also build this with Zig. So you can, here, for example, here, using C++ in Zen C, you literally just drop it in a raw block right there, and you can call your C++ code natively as well. So you can include C++ headers and raw blocks for use with C++ code. And now, it does change the back end that it's used, obviously, because it's not going to be using C anymore. It's going to be using C++, but it allows you to pass that code through. So neat little interop there. They've also got comparable when dealing with assembly code there as well. Interop with CUDA is available here as well. So there is a ton of like the pain points, the things that you that C were invented to solve, C++ was invented to solve in C, have been added to Zen C. The thing is, in order for C++ to solve those things with C, it also went through a lot of things that were a little awkward, a little crufty. So like the multiple inheritance side of things. Instead of that, we now have a nice little interface approach. I actually missed talking about that. We do have some features specifically about object-oriented programs as well. So you've got the implementation. So if you're dealing with you want to define a common interface, you got implementation for that. You've got shared traits being defined as well. And again, there's generics in there. So a lot of the things that you would use for, the object-oriented programming side of C++, they've used and stripped down to the minimum basics levels of it. So if you want to go ahead and see what Zen C actually looks like, there are a decent number of examples here, including again, graphics. So this is built on top of C. So if you want to work with something like raylib, you can do so. So here you can see this is using raylib. There is how you import a C library. Super simple, pulling it in as raylib to it right here, and you can see there's what your code looks like. It's C-ish, a little bit of like modern clean C++ mixed in there as well. Got a number of different things here for illustrating. Again, pretty much every aspect you could think of. So again, if you want to get into GPU programming here, and you want to do CUDA, you can see some examples of how CUDA code would work, and then straight up just like algorithms. So here is how a quicksort would be implemented using this. Now you're going to notice it has a different extension, .zc, instead of just C. There is also a plugin for syntax highlighting for Visual Studio Code, if that is your language of choice. But here you can see an idea of how code looks like in Zen C. Now this goes way beyond, so you can see again the documentation, it's all here, it's all one page, gives you an idea of how you're working with, but it's kind of giving you a high level language features on top of the low-level C language without overcomplicating it, and ultimately, again, making it still C. It compiles down to C11 code in the end, and theoretically, human-readable C11 code. Now, this is not the only language out there that does this. Another one I covered a couple of years back was Check C. This was a research project at Microsoft that attempts to make the C programming language safer, so it handles some of the memory management aspects of C, makes it a little bit easier to work with. That project is out there as well. There's also the Zig programming language, which you may have interestingly saw. This actually, Zen C can be compiled using Zig. Now, Zig is actually a completely different programming language, but their description is Zig is to C as Rust is to C++. So same kind of concept, but Zig is not like a superset. It does not compile down to C. It's a completely different set of tools, but it can actually it is built on top of LLVM compiler and includes C and C++ compilers as well. So I guess it is actually quite similar to the way that Zen C works. So if you're looking for another alternative, Zig is another language option out there, and it's got some popularity behind it. Zig is definitely one I mean to revisit. Now, another option in this world is Odin. Odin is kind of the same idea. So it is a low-level data-oriented inspired by Pascal and C. So it's another kind of modern C-ish programming language option that's out there. I'd go ahead and check out. And then we've got another one I'm going to mention just as an honorable mention here, and it is called Beef. Now, Beef has literally nothing to do with everything else I just mentioned, but if you've ever been in the world of C# and you wish C# was just a little bit more like C++, so a C# syntax, but C++ memory management and consistency and the lack of a VM, well, that is where Beef comes in. So it is kind of solving a very similar problem to everything else we talked about today. But today's topic is ultimately Zen C. Like I said, this is a fairly new project, and it's designed to make C just more high level. A lot of the pain points of C, some of the things that you may really love about C++ are there, but without that insane complexity and the 6 years of job experience required to really understand what the hell is going on, or the complexity of templates, etc. This is definitely one worth checking out. And given the fact, again, it ultimately just compiles down to C code, it isn't that hard to slot it into a pipeline or a workflow, because it's like using a compiler that's been around for decades. So this is Zen C, kind of a better C. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I will talk to you all later. Goodbye.